Libra, happy January 2019. I hope you are doing fantastic. This is Dark Dove Tarot. I hope that the holidays treated you well and that you have an amazing new year. Whoa, cards are flying out here. I'm going to shuffle a little longer than I normally do just because I want to see what pops out. Sorry, I had like 20 pop out, so I'm not going to take that many, but I'll definitely take it when one or two pop out. So let's see what we have here. Again, I hope you're doing wonderfully. This is for Libra 2018. If you want a private read or want to contact me, feel free to do so. The information is in the description below. This is a general read, so check your sun, moon, and rising, as some months those may resonate with you more than others. This read is about love and anybody looking to reconcile. As usual, I focus mainly on singles because those are the people who contact me for private reads, etc. I do, however, like to incorporate reconciliation because if you think about it, a lot of times you're technically single, but you are looking for more in terms of, you know, whether you're going to be single or you're going to be dating. So it's kind of interesting how those go 2 and 2. All right, let's see what else we have coming out here. Again, general, check your sun, moon, and rising. I'm going to try and move pretty fast, although my reads for January have been pretty lengthy, probably because there's a lot going on in the beginning of the new year. I am going to try and cut them back a little bit, you know, to 20 minutes or so for the rest of the year because I don't like to take up too much of your time, but I want to make sure I get everything out in the open. Again, I do focus on love, but if there's anything that comes up about finance and whatnot, I will bring that to the forefront as well. Any likes, subscribes, comments, etc. always appreciated. You know, I do this for you. So if there's anything, that one just fell off the table. Hold on. So if there's anything that you, put that in the wrong spot, sorry. If there's anything that you want more of or you don't like or you do like, let me know. Again, because it's just super important that I know what makes you happy. I'm always fine with changing things up if I know what's, you know, interesting to everybody. So one more card and we'll get started. I'll pull the theme of the month card and we'll go from there. I hope, again, everybody had a fantastic holiday. I've been telling every sign, you know, there's just been kind of this bubble in my throat, kind of in my gut, that's just like everybody's kind of destined for new beginnings and changes and really positive energy. I think a lot of people, almost every sign, is kind of overdue. 2017 was a little rough on a lot of people. You know, new, you know, all sorts of new things, new politics, new, you know, everything. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I think a lot of us have just been kind of feeling like we need a shift in energy, and I'm hoping that that happens. A lot of the reads have been really positive. So let's pull your theme of the month card and get started. Oops. Again, this is for Libra 2018. Welcome to the new year and your new world. That is your theme of the month. The world is the last card in the major arcana. This, whether you're single or looking to reconcile, the theme of the month is about completing cycles. It's about making changes. It's basically like that song, you know, you have the whole world in your hands. This is new opportunities. This is a plethora of things coming your way. I mean, just kind of, you know, literally anything you want can be yours, and you're about to start a new success story because this is a celebration of life. This is attaining anything you want, bringing it to fruition, manifesting your destinies, your wishes, your hopes, etc. The next card, the major arcana, starts all over with the Fool, which again is new beginnings. So the World card is kind of writing your own story, going where the road takes you, very much about accomplishment, fulfillment, belonging, etc. So I love that card for your theme of the month because it's just kind of like, hey, you know, let's go anywhere I want. I'm ready. I can do this. Coming into the month, your current position is the High Priestess. All right. So this is where you're starting off. This is how you're feeling coming into the new year, into January. So if you're single, the High Priestess is somebody who is going with the flow and really paying attention to signs and scenarios and things that you want. So maybe if you've been dating, you're kind of like, well, I want to get back out there, but I'm not really sure that I want to put too much energy into it. But you're paying attention to certain things. Like maybe there's been like a longing for somebody to just hang out with and go see a movie with, or somebody to kiss or hold or touch. This is definitely on a higher level. So it's almost like you've been feeling not lazy about dating, but just like, I don't want to put any energy into it because it hasn't been the way that I'd really like it to go, or I haven't really met anybody worth hanging with. So would I rather just be alone doing my own thing, enjoying my own company, or, you know, do I necessarily really need to meet somebody? But then at the same time, you kind of find yourself going back to the, it would be really nice to spend some quality time with somebody. It would be really nice to have somebody to take adventures with, go on trips with, you know, whether you're looking to just date or whether you're looking to like fulfill a lifelong dream of, you know, having kids or getting married, whatever it is that is important to you or that you want. This definitely says, hey, you know, I have the capability of getting there and finding that. It's just whether I'm going to put the energy into it. And the High Priestess is, you're kind of, it's like a spirituality or like an unconscious type dreaming. So I think a lot of you, if you're dating, it's like, you know, you need to get back on the wagon if you want this in love, right? You know, and not even just in love, the World card kind of encompasses everything. So if you want to change in jobs, but you've been kind of like, well, I don't want to have to do that because, you know, I'm comfortable or this is you feeling like, hey, I'm comfortable one way, but in reality, you know, subconsciously, or maybe, you know, you'll notice that your thoughts change more to wanting to find somebody incredible, but really it's like your actions are saying one thing, but your feelings, your heart, and your mind are saying something different. Your mind and heart are saying, we're ready to take that next step and really meet somebody. And your actions are kind of like, ugh, you know, I just don't know that I have the energy to do it, which nobody can blame you. But you're definitely almost having a confliction in yourself in what you want, where like your dreams are, you know, here, and then what you're doing about it is here. So I think you're going to be kind of raising the bar, especially with that World card. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is saying that some of you are kind of almost hoping the universe makes it happen for you, but you need to kind of move it along. It's almost as if you're sitting here hoping that this miracle is going to happen, or you're dreaming about the what ifs. What if he or she contacts me? Or what if we could do this? Or what if we could get back together? Or what if we could find that love again? But you're not like actually putting that into motion. So it's very interesting, Libra. I kind of feel like you're ready for all these things. The opportunities are all here. You can pretty much go in any direction you want, but you're having kind of a hard time really wanting to get motivated or start. The next card you have is anything internal throughout the month. Definitely in the beginning that you're going to be feeling. Again, this is, you know, feelings internal coming into the month. And you have the the 8 of Pentacles. I'm a little stuffed up, so if I kind of start sounding a little funny, that is why, and I apologize ahead of time. But it's very interesting. These are kind of contradictions. This is almost more of an internal card, and this is more of an external card, and yet they're reversed. Because this is you going, I'm focused, I'm determined, I know what I want. And that goes along with this World card, right? Like, I can pick where I want to go, I know what I want. And so I really do feel like it's coming down to, you're going to have to start putting it into motion. So if you want to find somebody to be with, if you're single and you're looking for love, or you're looking for romance, or you're looking for some type of relationship, you're going to have to put the effort into it. I mean, it's plain and simple as that, Libra. It really is. And I know it's a pain in the ass, and I know that it can be difficult, but okay, so try different scenarios. I was telling Sagittarius the same thing. make it fun, make it lighthearted, right? We can all walk into it going, crap, this is the suckiest way to date nowadays, right? I've done it. 90% of the people I know have done it, and it can be trials and tribulations and downright frustrating and a pain in the butt. But at the same time, you can have fun with it. And I think that's what you need to do to kind of motivate yourself to try and have some sort of fun with it. Because the thing is, if you look at it as like, oh, I've got to do this and it's repetitive and it's almost like work, then you're not going to want to do that. But you do want to put the work into finding somebody. You're just not sure the best way to go about doing it. It's interesting. It's like you have this stamina, you're just not putting it into play, into forward motion. If you're dating, this is saying, okay, I know that in order to find what I'm looking for, I have to put that energy into the universe, which means dating. But like I was saying, make it fun. The same thing I told Sagittarius. So make sure every date you go on, you try a new restaurant. So let's say you've been wanting to, try a new Indian restaurant down the street or a new Mexican restaurant down the street. Then incorporate that into dating. So then you're getting the best of both worlds because you're enjoying and trying something new, which is exciting, and then you're also getting to meet new people. So maybe the other thing too is don't look at it so much as work, as like a duty or something you have to focus on diligently. Look at it, change that perspective into making these dreams come true, because this High Priestess is somebody who has these amazing dreams and they're not unattainable. For Libra, you're very like, you're not asking for the moon. You're looking for something, like you feel kind of like, well, I'm just looking for somebody who has a car, who has a job. I'm not looking for them to have the fanciest car or the best job. What I'm looking for is pretty realistic. But make sure you focus on these dreams and appreciate the fact that you can really have what you want, especially this month, having this World card. Don't let it bring you down like it's work, but you are going to have to put the wheels in motion and put some extra effort into it. If you're looking to reconcile, you've really got to separate the lumps from the butterflies, because you are now almost feeling like it is work, like it's your duty to try and make things happen. And pay attention to this subconscious. What are you thinking about? When you think about this person, do you have your head in the clouds? Are you thinking, oh, I could see myself marrying this person. This could be wonderful. This could be amazing. Or are you feeling more like, well, if we got back together, we'd have to do X, Y, Z to make it work. And we have to make sure we do this. And there's got to be this, this, and this intact for us to do that. It's almost like your wheels are grinding on the what ifs and the how-tos, instead of maybe your only focus should be, I really miss this person and I really want to get back together, if that's what you're thinking. Some of you are even contemplating like, well, I want to get back together with them, but I don't really want to, I'm not going to contact them again. I've been doing that. Or hopefully they contact me, or it's very much, Libra, like you're coming into this month having all of this opportunity right at your fingertips, but you're not like going for it, or you're not attempting. And I'm sure some people are going to message me, are you kidding? I've been dating, da, da, da. But really pay attention to, are you dating just to date, or are you dating to fulfill something you want, or something that you believe in, or something that you have passion about? The next card you have is your distant past, over the past 5-10 years. It could be, throughout your childhood, and you have the Four of Cups. Now, I always read this for singles and anybody looking to reconcile together. And I always bring this up because sometimes it's, you always want to remember the good so you can incorporate that into the new relationships that you form. And you always want to remember the bad so that you can avoid repeating those patterns. Now, the Four of Cups is being taken advantage of. It's feeling like a waste of time. So a lot of you had a relationship, and some of you long-term, like a marriage, for years, and you kind of feel like it was a waste of your time. And so maybe that's why you want certain things, but you're not feeling this energy of wanting to get up and go. You're not feeling this energy of trying again, because very similar to Scorpio to a certain extent, because it's like, what you want, and you love love, and you love having that companionship. And really, Libras come down to the brass tacks of wanting a companionship. They're passionate and whatnot, but it's more of a, Libras are very laid back. They, you know, they could have something really bothering them, and yet they'd still give you the shirt off their back. And so they're very unique people because they can, you know, whereas water signs are very emotional, Libras can tend to either mask that or kind of downplay it a little bit. And I feel like Libras are doing that a little bit because they want that passion, they want that romance, but they put a lot of time and effort into something a long time ago, and they're just not like, they're just like, I'm not willing to go through that again. But pay attention to these dreams and things that you really want, because you can have that. And this, you know, this, oh, I wasted so much time in this past relationship and it didn't work out, so why am I going to put my time and energy into something else? I mean, if you really want to meet somebody, you're going to have to get over the hump that, yes, love is hard and sometimes it can be miserable and painful, but is it worth it? A lot of you are going to start to realize, like, hey, even though I felt like I was wasting my time, even though I felt like I was taken for granted, some of you were taken for granted money-wise, some of you were taken for granted, you know, in the fact that maybe you had cheating partners, but this is you saying, well, you know, I'm not going to allow that to happen to me. So you can have the best of both worlds, because this is saying do it, incorporate it. You can have what you want without being taken advantage of. But some of you have kids or have, you know, amazing things that came out of these relationships. So stop dwelling on, you know, how much time and energy you feel like you wasted, when in reality it's not a waste, because some of you have kids or homes or amazing things or amazing memories or travels to other places that you should be focusing on, instead of worrying that every relationship is going to turn out like that. The next card you have is your immediate past, over the past few weeks, past month or two. Okay, so this tells me right here, it's the Nine of Cups, which is one of my favorite cards. This is about fulfillment. This is about pleasure. This is about bliss. So some of you, this is kicking into motion. Some of you have had, you know, realizations like, I really want to meet somebody, and you just have not been, you know, having that energy. And like I said before, it's like a laziness, but not a laziness like slovenly, like, oh, I don't, but more of like, why am I going to devote so much energy to this? It's been a hell of a ride. I haven't met good people. I've been burned. I meet, you know, people who aren't genuine, etc. And so it's like a lull. And I see some of you just kind of like, ugh, you know, even watching this video is like, you know. So I think something is pushing you in the new year to kind of change that and believe in the possibilities. It may be that if you're dating, you've met somebody, one or two people, maybe you hopped on a website just to see, well, who knows, or maybe, you know, you went to a gathering over the holidays and you were introduced to somebody, something sparked your interest, and now you're like, I believe it again. I believe in love. I believe in something. But now the wheels are turning and you're going, how do I make this work without feeling like I've been burned before? And some of you have been single for a while, and it's kind of like, look, I can do anything I want. I can go any route I want. I can make friends. I can date. I can meet somebody to have something serious with. Hell, I could go all the way to marriage and kids if that's what I really want. And so I think some of you have started to realize that. And so now this is kind of going to start moving forward, and you're going to start making your dreams a reality. If you're looking to reconcile, I think some of you have been contacted recently, or you've contacted your ex and the door has opened, or maybe just the window, and the door will eventually open, because this Nine of Cups is saying, look, there's a possibility that you guys could really have something fulfilling here. One of you wasn't ready, or one of you was ignoring the other. You were either ignoring this person or they were ignoring you. But I feel like there's some sort of contact, or there's some sort of hope that you've also found the past few weeks or past month or two. And this kind of says, look, if I want to get back with this person, we probably could, and we could make this happen, but it will take some work. But if I don't want to get back with this person, then I have the whole world ahead of me. So Libra, right now, I kind of feel like it's a 50-50 chance. You may really love this person and have connection. It may too be that you see them in a whole different light for some reason, where you see them before it was kind of like, well, it would be fun to date, or there were obstacles. There were things like, jobs in the way, or, you know, it just wasn't the right time. And now some sort of door or window, like I said, maybe not the whole full swing door is open yet, but maybe there's like a cracked window that like there's a possibility that you guys could reconcile, or, you know, maybe the New Year is kind of like stimulating the thoughts of, you know, maybe we didn't give it enough time, maybe we didn't give it a hard enough go, and you're looking at it with a whole new positive perspective. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months, generally 2 or 3 months, so probably throughout until March, and you have the Three of Wands. This is an excellent card for your future card, because the Three of Wands is about partnership, it's about growth, it's about planning. This is a card that I've seen a lot of signs get. Well, 2 or 3 signs have gotten this so far, and it's definitely a very good, it's like putting this work into it, like going after what you want and getting out of that lull gets you what you want, because this is kind of like reaping the rewards of what you planted. This is kind of saying, okay, I'm planting the seed and now I'm reaping those benefits from it. This is also like a partnership on a level of something more special than just lust. And I always say that, and I wonder if people are like, well, lust is good too. Hey, I like a nice, you know, romp. Well, so do I, and so do a lot of people. But at the end of the day, if that's all you're putting in the universe is that you want a physical friend with benefits type relationship, guess what? That's what you're going to get back. And Libras just aren't looking for that right now. They're looking for something to plan ahead. But the one thing about Libras that's different than a lot of signs this month is that it's almost like you need to see that in somebody before you trust it. So somewhere along the lines, Libra, you got burned, or you burned people. The one thing too is you have to realize that it's always easier to be like, well, this person burned me, or this person did this to me, or I expected this. But what did they expect of you? What effort did you not put into the relationship? Or did you think that if you did this, this, and this, you would achieve that? It's like you have to realize that it takes two. And this partnership and this growth that's coming for the next few months is going to be amazing, because it really is going to be a partnership. If you're single, that's what you're looking for. And there's somebody who's going to be coming along here that it won't feel like work. It won't feel, you won't feel that lull anymore, because there'll be some sort of fulfillment. Now, you may have already met them, or you've been dating them, or it could be a friend that turns into something more. But if you're dating, there's going to be some sort of, something's going to catch your attention, and you're going to realize, whoa, there's all these possibilities, and like this person may be somebody in it for the long haul. If you're looking to reconcile, this is saying, look, this has to be 2 to tango. So you both have to be all in. So if you are, and again, if that window's open just a little bit and you guys can push it open or go through the door, I really see the potential of, you know, of things manifesting into a reality for you as far as this. Because the thing is too, the Four of Wands comes next, which is like home and security. So having the Three of Wands here is like heading in the direction that you want, and really being able to make things whole again. So I feel like there is this big possibility that you can have that, but you're also planning for the future, whether it's with this person or not. So it's like for Libra, instead of being like, oh, I'm really tied to this person and I, you know, it's affecting my work and all that stuff. I think Libra's kind of turned a new leaf where they're like, look, I have a life to plan and I'm still going to do that. So you can either come with me or not. And sometimes that's just what you've got to do. The next card you have is your immediate future. So throughout the next few weeks, and through the month of January. And you have the Knight of Swords. So this is somebody who, Libra, you know, you're going to be taking action. And it's like I said, in the beginning of the month, it feels like you're kind of coming out of that lull, like, I couldn't be bothered. But this is you going, no, I'm going to be very direct in what I want. So if you do start dating, this is you going, no bullshit. I'm laying it out all on the table. I am not playing games. I have things I want to do. I have dreams. I'm going somewhere, and you can either come along for the ride or you can screw off, but I'm not dealing with liars. Nobody's taking advantage of me. Excellent place to be, but be very careful that you're not like, you know, that you're not slicing at people who might actually be genuine. Because I think some of you are going to be kind of on guard. Nothing wrong with that. But again, this Knight of Swords is somebody who's just like, you know, nope, 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 nope. And then, you know, if you say yes, or if you meet somebody who's amazing, it'll be a pretty big deal. But at the same time, I think you're narrowing it down to reality versus a dream, or reality versus, you know, some of you haven't put the effort in because you feel like there's nobody genuine out there. But I think you're going to keep moving forward and pick up this pace and gain this momentum because you know there is somebody out there, and you're going to find them, because this 3 right here is saying, look, eventually it's coming to partnership and growth, and it's going to be, you know, in the next few months, next month or 2. I'm guessing by March, which isn't that interesting. January, February, March, which is the 3rd month of the year, and it's the 3 of Wands. So that's very good, Libra. If you're looking to reconcile, the Knight of Swords is very interesting as well, because this is somebody who is aggressive and determined. So you may have to turn that switch on. You may have been kind of like laissez-faire on, well, I don't like that person anymore, but I still have this connection. This is about having a connection with somebody and not having the energy to really be bothered with it, but you know you have that connection. And so this Knight is somebody who's like, I'm not taking no for an answer. Are we getting back together, or are we not getting back together? This is about Libra getting answers this month. This is about Libra saying, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready for fulfillment. I'm ready for this bliss. I deserve it. The whole world is my oyster, but I have a connection with you still, and that needs to be dealt with. Be careful with that, though, because don't come off confrontational or hostile. The Knight can often come off that way because you kind of feel like you have, you know, an addendum, so to speak. You have this goal, and some of you may have been avoided, or you've been avoiding them, or I really feel like it's this lack of like, I just, you know, it just can't consume me anymore, so I'm not going to worry about it. But then towards the middle of the month, you're going to be like, no, what are we doing? Are we doing this or are we not doing? I want an answer because I need to move on to this. I've got the whole world ahead of me. I've got goals. I'm looking forward. And I've wasted my time with people before, and I'm not wasting my time anymore. So give me the answers. Let's work it out. If it doesn't work, fine, because I'll still find this, and this is still available to me. And if it does work, great. Let's do this partnership. Let's make some goals. Let's plan ahead and get this going. I don't know. It's all of a sudden like you're going to have a bug up your butt. I know that's crazy to say, but it's true, Libra. Whether you're single or looking to reconcile, you're coming out of some lull for the past couple months, and it's like, boom, you're like catching on fire. All right, so the next card you have is anything external throughout the month. So anything you'll notice that's tangible. It could be in the beginning of the month, could be in the middle, could be 1 day out of January, 10 days out of January. You have the King of Wands. If you're single, the King of Wands is somebody who's putting off vibrations that other people are attracted to. So you're definitely going to turn these dreams into reality, but you're going to have to put some work into it. And you're going to start noticing people drawn to you. So you're going to, but that's where you're going to come in here, kind of cutting out the BS and reading the red flags. And this is a good place to be in because the king is somebody that people look up to. So you're going to kind of exude this confidence, but it's not like a cocky confidence. It's more of a, you know, I can make this happen. I deserve somebody special, and I will also treat you very special. So you're going to have people drawn to you. It's going to be kind of a magnetic energy this month, Libra, which is going to be strange for you because, again, you haven't really been putting that effort into it. And I feel like you're going to kind of see, like, even if you just make a profile online and, like, put a few things down, you're going to get, like, bombarded. Or you're going to see, if you go to like a meetup group and you're kind of like, oh, this is kind of weird, all of a sudden you're going to notice that like a few people are wanting your attention or talking to you. So that's very good. I think that you're going to start noticing more action in your love life than you've seen in a long time. If you're looking to reconcile, I think that the way that you're going to go about it, again, be careful with this confrontation and hostility. And, you know, I think that you're going to be so determined and getting your point across and being like, look, I care about you. I love you. I want to be with you. Things got messed up or whatnot, that you're going to come across as somebody that they're going, wow, I haven't seen this part of you. Or maybe you were nasty before, or they were nasty to you, and one of you is going to kind of step up as like this king energy and be like, look, things sucked and we treated each other badly, but like, let's wave the white flags, let's draw the line in the sand and let's move on. But there's some sort of determination here, and it could just be the determination of getting over it finally, of closing that door, of ending that chapter. This World card is completion. So it may be completing that cycle of your life, but maybe you needed to make it known. Maybe you needed to say, look, I've loved you, and if there's any possibility we're going to get together, let's do this now. And if we're not, for the sake of my health and my energy and my life, I have to move on. And I really think it's 50-50, Libra, because you have this planning and this partnership, which, you know, you'd have to be single and not connected to this person to really start moving in that direction. So I think you're going to use this month to determine whether it's going to go. I think some of you would be fine getting back together with this person, but you know there are some things that need to be addressed. And at the same time, you're fine with the fact if you don't get back together with them, you know you have opportunity and you can take the high road and go wherever you want. The next card you have is anything internal throughout the month. Again, could be the same as the external. It could be one day, it could be 10 days that you're going to be feeling this type of energy, and you have the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups, if you're single, is looking for the one. So the 8 of Cups, if you're single, is you're not messing around, very much this energy. You're not playing games, you know. So you know that if you get a message from somebody on some online dating, they're like, hey baby, what are your plans tonight? Nope, check, sorry, not looking for a booty call. If somebody's like, hey, can I get your phone number? And they like don't even know how to spell your name, you're like, nope, not going there. This is you, if you're single, saying, I deserve more. I'm not settling for anything less than what I want. And this is you searching for something better. This is you searching for, and not just better in love, but better in life, Libra. I feel like this is like a life lesson you're learning, or you're starting to, this is like all encompassing. Yes, it's about your love life, but I feel like for a lot of you too, it's like maybe a better job, or you really want this fulfillment. Maybe you got a taste of it, or maybe you finally figured out what it was you want. Because again, this is about subconscious and then also conscious thinking. So knowing you want something, but maybe having dreams, or maybe, you know, trying something new and realizing, God, I've always wanted to be a chef and I never knew that because I'm a hairdresser or I'm a mechanic or whatever it is. So something is definitely lighting a fire under you this month, and you're going to start seeing it. And this is you going, no, I'm not settling. I'm in search of something amazing, and whatever searching you've done before, or whatever energy or lack of energy that you put into dating, you're going to be reversing because you're looking for just this one person to build this amazing partnership with. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is you saying, this ties in swimmingly with what I'm saying here, because this is you saying, I don't want all of this. I don't need all of this. I don't need somebody else. I'm satisfied with you. But if we cannot get over this hump, and we can't make changes, and we can't grow together, and no longer to let it have any impact on my life, any weight on my shoulders anymore. I'm looking to, you know, have this world of opportunities available to me. And again, you're either along for the ride or you're not. I'm not messing with these fools over here. I want you to be the one. But if you're not, then I'll take one of these and switch you out. Hey, it is what it is, Libra. Sometimes you got to get harsh like that. The next two cards you have are your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month, and then your actual outcome of the month. Okay, so that's beautiful, and I'm very happy to see that. So your hopes and fears for the outcome is the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands is, again, very fiery. You have a lot of wand energy here, and very higher wand energy, and then this great growth energy here. So maybe that you're dealing with a fire sign, which is Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, but it may just be that you're on fire, that you're like ready to take control of your life and ready to go with it. The Knight of Wands is somebody who follows their passion. They take risks. So here you are, Libra, out of your comfort zone. Here you are saying, hey, I'm going. I'm all in. I'm cutting out the crap. I'm approaching this totally different. I think before you were approaching it Libra's so laid back, and Libra is like such a genuine person. They just kind of tell it like it is, and you just kind of were like, I cannot do this another minute. I'm telling people like it is. I'm doing what I can. I'm being super nice about everything. And sometimes, Libra, you're too nice, but then sometimes you also feel like if you give something, you should get XYZ back. And that's not the good mentality, because that has to be discussed up front. You can't be like, well, I'm doing this, this, and this, and so I expect this. If you want to do something for somebody, do it out of the goodness out of your heart, not because you expect to get something in return. And this Knight is saying that you are like all out going, hey, you know, I'm here. I'm ready. I know what I want. Excuse me. And you're going to take some risks. And like I said, Libras are very like calculated. They're very cautious. They kind of know, well, if I move in this direction, this is probably what I'm going to get. And you're just like, you know what? I'm going for it. Like full on, I'm going to do this. It's very interesting because dating wise, this says like, you know, you're just going to put yourself out there on the line. You're going to try it again, but you're going to try it with gusto, with energy, with passion, with really positive vibes. And if you're looking to reconcile, this is you, this is exact, I mean, this is all tying in very well, because this is exactly like I said, like, hey, I don't want to mess with these fools, but this is you saying, here's my all. And if you can't take it and you don't like it and you don't accept it and it's not good enough for you, then peace, because I'm going to plan something else with somebody else. I got this whole world to travel, and, you know, I don't need you bringing me down. You're not going to weigh me down anymore. Like, I'm getting off that roller coaster. So Libra, very up in the air, because some of you, I think, are going to have like some serious success to where it comes to, you know, planning a future, buying a home together, or moving in together, or whatever your goal is, your ultimate love life goal is. If you're looking to reconcile, I think you could really have it. But I also think that if it's not going to work, you're going to find it, because this opportunity is just amazing. And like I said, the world is about a completion. So maybe completing that cycle with this person and moving into something a lot better. Your outcome is beautiful, because the outcome you have here is the 10 of Cups. This is family. This is joy. This is peace. This is finding that security. This is home. So if you're single, this is a big month for you, Libra. This is you saying, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to put that foot forward. I've been dreading doing this. I'm going to put it all out on the line. But I'm going to be serious about it. Like, no more games, no more crazies, no more, like, drama. And you've let a lot of it into your life, because some of you are kind of like, well, instead of fighting it, I'd rather just, like, let it take its course. And, you know, you're not in the game of, like, trying to purposely hurt anybody either. And so you've been accommodating to people that maybe you just shouldn't have been. And this is saying, look, after all of this, you are going to achieve this. And these are big plans, Libra. These are big, big plans. Now, again, it's going to be happening throughout the next few months. It's not like you're going to get married tomorrow. But these plans right here, this outcome, after you put this energy and you kind of get up and decide that you want to make your dreams a reality, this is your reality. This is whatever you want, you can have. This is a family. This is, for a lot of you, I think that's exactly what you want. I think you want the traditional marriage, the wedding, the kids, the, you know, picket fence, whatever. And for some of you, you don't. Whatever you want, you can have. But this outcome is saying, look, like the ultimate goal, whatever your ultimate goal is coming your way. And this is the door opening. This is the door opening, not just the window cracked. This is the door opening. Love is available for the taking for you, Libra. I think it's going to take a couple of weeks, a month or two to get there, but I think you're going to meet this person that you're going to spend some time making some plans with. So I'm going to shuffle for the 2 clarifying cards. But if you're looking to reconcile, this 10 of Cups is you saying, this is what I want. This is what we planned on. This is what I thought we were going to do. You were the person that I thought we were going to have this long-lasting relationship with. I thought we were going to have kids. I thought we were going to do this, that, and the other. And again, Libra, this is like your month to say, you know, either take it or leave it. Come explore this world with me. Come have this, you know, beautiful relationship we can have. There was never a doubt in your mind that this person's a good person or that they'd be a good parent or that they'd be a good husband or a good wife. There was never that doubt. Just things didn't happen the way you thought they would. And there were other obstacles in the way as well. But this is saying you can have that. However, Libra, I feel like this is you saying, look, this is either, oh, hold on, my cards fell. This is either going to happen or it's not going to happen. This is either going to happen or it's not going to happen. But you're not willing to put any more, like, you're done. You want it to be like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. You want it to be like, you know, you're not going to spend the rest of January 2000 or the rest of 2018. Like, you want it resolved in January. Either we're getting back together or we're not getting back together. It's very interesting. Do you realize what just happened? Your clarification for your distant future is the 10 of Cups. Joy, peace, family, it's exactly the same thing. So your outcome will eventually become your distant future after some growth, planning, and partnership. If you're single, this is the mentality you're going to have at the end of the month. You're going to meet somebody, maybe 1 or 2 people that you're dating. Again, it's going to take a month or 2, I think. I think 3 is kind of your lucky number here. And so, again, I think it could be by March, but you're going to find somebody that you could see this type of future with, and then here it goes manifesting itself for your distant future. After you plan some things, you talk about things, you talk about the road less traveled and where you're heading, then the 10 of Cups becomes a reality. Again, here, you've got these dreams, and now you're manifesting them, and it becomes your future. If you're looking to reconcile, this is, you know, I hate to say it, shit or get off the pot, and that's where you're going to come. But this now is making me think like, hey, you guys may actually take this journey together. You are going to have to get over some things. You are going to have to figure some things out. But that's what this growth is here for. You can only grow stronger as a couple if you're both willing to put that energy into it. And if you both see this as the ultimate outcome with each other, then the possibilities are there. This right here is the 8 of Swords. And this is your clarifying card for your outcome for the month of January. So it's very interesting because the 8 of Swords is somebody holding themselves back. The 8 of Swords is somebody who knows what they want, but they're not necessarily going for it. They're kind of doubting themselves. They're trying to control a situation that they can't control. So that tells me that, Libra, if you're single, you're going to meet somebody, but it's almost going to feel like, oh, this is too good to be true. Here I am going back to this energy where I'm going, I wasted a lot of time. I don't know. So don't let this fear, don't let this get to you. It's not a bad card at all, but this is your hand holding you back. This is the universe saying, look, you can have this. You can have these dreams. You can have this world. Don't hold yourself back. Don't let these thoughts creep in like, oh, you know, I was taken advantage of before. Somebody screwed me over before. That may be why the past few times you've dated or the past few times you started a relationship, it hasn't worked because you've held yourself back because you've had this self-doubt or this confusion. Or you're trying to control a situation when just go with the flow. The universe is saying, hey, it's yours for the taking. Let go. Let go of yourself and let it happen. Let it flow. You can't control this. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And by the looks of this, it's meant to be. If you're looking to reconcile, this is saying, you know, you look, at the end of the day, you're imprisoning yourself. You have to figure out the lumps and the butterflies. If you want this back, quit bitching about it and go for it. And I know a lot of you are going to say, well, I went for it. And I already, because I get that every reading all the time when I say, maybe you should go for it. Maybe you should give it another chance. And people always come and say, well, I did. Okay, if you did and it didn't work, then put a timestamp on it. Say, I'm no longer willing to be imprisoned or controlled by the situation because it's not going to work. So I'm going to move on because ultimately I'm going to get this. And ultimately I have this open road to go where I want. If you do want this person back and you want to give it your all, then don't hold back. Don't hold back anymore. Come out and say, this is what I want. This is where I see us. I want kids with you. I want a family with you. I want a dog with you. I want to just have a committed relationship. Whatever your end goal is, come out and say it. And then guess what? If it doesn't come to fruition, you move on because the future is still bright. All right, Libra. I think it's fantastic because I feel like some of you are really going to embark on starting a family this year or moving in together this year. These are big, big, big steps coming, Libra. Not just little ones, big ones. All right. Can't wait to see what happens next. I'll see you next month. Bye.